I got a light over there. I'm turning the light on. Dear family, it's your cousin P. How y'all feeling? Can y'all see me still? Can y'all see me still? First and foremost, I pray all is well out there. I wanted to talk about something that I suggested to a cousin of mine when she asked me a question, and I also want to talk about the proper way to love an individual. I said never love a person emotionally. Never love a person emotionally. You have to love a person intelligently. I'm going to say that again, dear family. Never love a person emotionally. It's in the best interest to love a person intelligently. Because as we have grown from adults, young adults, into the man and woman that we are today, there was a trial that we had endured. There were milestones and there were mistakes that we had made along the way, loving emotionally opposed to loving intelligently. The mistakes were believing that if we would do certain things, act certain ways, and love the person how they wanted to be loved, opposed to loving us, we found ourselves at the short end of the stick. We found ourselves hurt and disappointed, loving emotionally with all our heart, not knowing that the emotional state of mind blinds you from the reality of a situation. Many of us have been in abusive relationships, whether it was physical, whether it was verbal, but many of us had stayed in relationships far longer than we should have, due to loving someone emotionally opposed to loving someone intelligently, seeing what's being done to you, seeing the effect it's having on you, and then doing something about it intelligently. Sometimes we get caught up emotionally and that emotion without guidance, that emotion without direction, that emotion without governing it, without balancing that emotion, it tends to spiral out of control and leave you broken. You can't see nothing down the pathway but what you want, because you went so much in love with the idea of something. That loving emotionally destroys your sight of loving someone intelligently. So I have said this: Never love me emotionally. You have to love me intelligently. You can't love God emotionally. You have to love God intelligently. Because when you love intelligently, then you able to disdain, you able to call a ball and a strike a strike. You able to not allow the emotional state of mind to be consumed where you don't see what's happening. See, when you love God intelligently, it makes you, first of all, understand God, learn God. So when someone else tell you from an emotional state of mind about God, you could differentiate what's real and what's not. So it's very important, dear family, to love someone intelligently. Love your man intelligently. Love your woman intelligently. Don't allow your emotional love to burden you. You got to start bringing actual facts to your love. I'm not engaging with an individual that brings me pain, that brings me misery. I'm not engaged with an individual that I know is not in my best interest. Some of us be in relationships far longer than we should based on an emotional love opposed to an intelligent love. An emotional love makes you reckless. It makes you irresponsible to yourself. It allows things to abuse you. It allows things to affect you because you so caught up in the possibility. You so caught up in the idea of something. So the emotional love blinds you. It handcuffs you. It poisons your minds. When in all due respect, if you love intelligently, you won't allow certain things to happen to you. Look here. I love you, but I'm not going to allow you to do things that will affect my health, to do things that will affect my bottom line. See, I don't love my children emotionally. I love my children intelligently. I speak truth to my children. I speak facts to my children. I have to explain to them what's inappropriate and what's not. I'm not reckless with my love. Because love is an emotion. It comes and goes depending on what you do to me. Let me explain that, dear family. I love my brothers, right? I have a lot of daughters. I love my brothers. And I love my biological brother. But if my biological brother does something inappropriate to my seeds, you see how that love will go out of the window? So love is an emotion that comes and goes. You have to be able to love intelligently in your life. You can't love God recklessly, expecting you to do so much wrong and He always forgive you. That ain't how that works. You have to start loving individuals very wise, very intelligent, with some continuity attached to it, man. Some understanding attached to it. Because another word for love is respect, is appreciation. So understand it, family. That was on my mind to say. Lastly, my cousin asked me a question, and she was talking about her little friends. And she was like, soon as I leave this dude, he gonna be upset, he gonna be this, he gonna be that. I said, oh, that's fine. I said, what do you bring to him of value that he can't live without you? Because sex comes and goes. That feeling comes and goes. What of value do you bring to that man to make that man a great man or a better man? That he gonna miss you. Don't get things misconstrued, sisters, when you're dealing with a man. If you don't bring no tangibles to the table that bring value, that makes that man a better man, listen, that man ain't as attached to you as you think he is. I've told you before, man will entertain you. Just because a man entertain you don't mean that a man loves you. A man 9 times out of 10 doesn't love from a emotional state of mind like a woman. A man loves from he loves intelligently. He loves with logic. It has to make mathematical sense. It has to make moral sense. It has to make spiritual sense. It has to make principle sense. But women tend to get caught up so emotionally attached to something and forget about loving the individual with their intelligence. Sometimes you got to pull back some of your love. That's intelligent to do if you're not receiving or things are not being reciprocated. Sometimes a man could tell you about what's going on with him. Or you could know a man's situation, or brother, you could know the sister's situation. And she say, I got A, B, and C going on. You think that you going to come into that man's life and alter what they got going on. You loving emotionally opposed to intelligently, and the man just explained to you what was going on in his life. And you think that you could come in and alter such a thing. Love a person with your intelligence. Don't love a person with your emotions. Oh, it feels good. Oh, he nice to me. Oh, I love the idea of this. Listen to a man when a man is talking to you. Don't take what he's saying. Don't take what he's saying not of value. Don't you know when you love a man emotionally, you stop respecting yourself? That means that all the things that govern you go out the window and you willing to sacrifice that emotional feel-good feeling. You throw away your values, sister. You have to start loving a man intelligently. You have to start loving your children intelligently. You can't just give your children everything they ask for. That's unintelligent. Sometimes you may have to discipline them with an intelligent conversation. Sometimes you may have to sit your significant other down, and as much as you love him, you cannot allow his irresponsible behavior destroy the fabric of who you are or your love for him. Because then again, we will run over you. At some point, you got to love with intelligence. I'm telling you, you have to love with intelligence. Man, you did me wrong. Because if you don't love with intelligence, you will find yourself in very uncomfortable situations that are difficult to come out of because of your love is so far-fetched emotionally that your state of mind can't even think on the right levels. So I want you to know, sister, and I'm talking to my brother, love intelligently, man. I don't love nobody emotionally. I love with intelligence. I love with a moral attached to it. I love with a principle attached to it. I love like God loved. God say, I kill and I save. So you have to protect your life. You have to protect your sanity. You have to protect your interest. Don't be a fool for the idea of something. Love intelligently and you will sustain you will not strike that. If you love intelligently, you will save yourself a lot of stress. You have to know when to pull back. You have to know when you even doing too much. Because too much of anything is no good. Balance is the key to success. So I wanted to just get that out. It was on my mind. Stop love me with intelligence. Don't love, if you got love for Cousin P, love me with intelligence. Don't love me with emotion. Because emotion is just what it is. E in the word motion, representing movement, is all over the place. Don't love me recklessly. Don't love me irresponsibly. Because that irresponsible love that you have for me may cost me my life. After I done told you some things, or I have said some things, and you done disregarded what I said, and you start to love me recklessly as if I didn't tell you certain things. Love me intelligently where there's a great understanding. Don't be a foolish woman, man. And don't be a foolish man loving a woman unintelligently. And I want to say this to the women. Quit thinking that a man, seriously, you better, if you think you are of value to a man, let it be because you know you have brought something to that man's life to make him a better man. Don't think that you are of value to a person if you just having sex with him. If you just, if you ain't helping that man build economics for the both of you, or putting that man in a position to be the man that God intended for him to be so he can help the whole body move. Man, don't you. What a value do you bring? Because the woman is expecting something from a man. She's expecting security. She's expecting protection. She's expecting to be loved. She's expecting to be taken care of. These are all the things that women look forward to from a man. What you think that a man look forward to? There's a responsibility other than sex that you have to offer. Food is good. You know, you cook food for your boyfriend, that's good. You earn his clothes, that's great. You clean the house, that's pretty good. Those are great qualities about a great woman. But when we talk about tangibles and things that mean something, what do you bring to that man to make that man a great man? What kind of conversations do you have with that man to build that man mindset to become the man that God intended for him to be? That's a man that can't live without you. The reason why I'm saying this, sister, because I know women do not love intelligently. They love hella recklessly. They love hella irresponsibly. And I've been in this game long enough, from a young pup to who I am today, to see and understand. And I know what it is to be loved intelligently. I know. Actual facts. So I wanted to get advice to you. Start to love things intelligently and get away from that sentimental, emotional state of mind that don't make no sense. We're going to start using common sense in 2024. It's Ramadan 2024, dear family. And I close with day 14 and 15. I've been steadfast on my Ramadan. I started at 201 pounds, 205 with clothes on. I'm at about 195. I lost weight. I'm eating 1 meal a day. What I feel different is more clarity, more assertiveness. Some days I feel aches and pains. I think that's the toxics leaving the body. Day 14, I broke fast. Day 14, I broke fast about 7:45. I broke fast with a bowl of cabbage, red beans, and a big cucumber salad. That was day 14. Day 15, I felt energized, getting up, handling business, knocking out songs, finishing up the album. What else? Finishing up the album. I got discouraged a little bit because I don't like to lose weight. I'm already a slim dude, so I don't like to lose weight. But the sacrifice is real, and it's bringing more discipline to my life. And whatever I put my mind to, I'm able to achieve it. And I'm going through the fire. And once the body or the mind goes through a war, it knows what it is. It's like enduring pain. Once you done going through this certain pain for so long, you able to live with the pain. So what this fast is about for me is understanding that I'm able to, the things that I lust after and lower desire, I'm able to refrain from. I'm able to refrain from, and I'm grateful for that, because times I've been wanting to eat, and I just don't eat, and it's just showing me a lot of discipline that I do have as a man, that I'm able to put my mind to something and accomplish it. The only thing I ain't stepped on the gas with is this workout, which I will in the morning, and I will be recording all my workouts, 30 to 45 minute workouts, running and doing my home gym. That's day 14 to 15 of what's going on. I'll let y'all know tomorrow, day 16, and we'll go from that. I'm headed to the palace. Is there any questions you want to ask? Feel free. But once again, start to love intelligently, quit loving emotionally. That's very, very, very important to do. and the times in which we live, because people take advantage of your love and you allow them because you're not looking at it for what it is. You're looking at it for what you want it to be. And intelligence plays a factor. And when somebody tell you about something, accept it for what it is. Accept it for what it is. And stop trying to change it to what you want it to be. And quit forcing things on people. With that said, man, may Allah bless y'all. May Allah bless you. It's your cousin, CousinP. Share the video. If you got something out the video, all praises due to Allah. If you didn't get nothing out the video, I appreciate you looking.